Dami, ang dami. Oo, dito.
Okay.
Sige ba?
Let's. What's your password again?
Hi, I'm Jess. Yes, ma'am. Externals department. I know a lot of people know I'm cheap pala. So yeah, I'm single but technically I'm kind of married to people.
So what do you see for externals? Nakaka-pressure yung sagot. Alam mo kayo, kaya married to EWB na ako. Next.
That sound.
Narinig ko tao. Recording.
Oh. No, the speaker.
Hello, I'm Ethan. Third year chemical engineering, engineering department, single. Eight.
Bakit Esh?
Kung skip para sa'yo or para sa'yo?
That's mo yun.
For all.
For all yan. For all yan. That's good.
So, hi, I'm Beth. Fifth year because internals department in a relationship.
Next.
Ano ba?
Ay, hindi ako.
I'm Jeremy ko, 5th year civil engineering. Yun ba?
Department.
Department. I am the president. Well, department. Or lahat, technically lahat. And then, in a relationship,
Kasi
ganun ang buhay.
yun talaga. Kailangan.
Sige, pwede na yan. Hindi mo gano'n.
So, okay.
Okay, sige.
Ano wala.
Sinabi.
Sorry.
Guys, birthday niya.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Meeting in minutes.
Okay, magpapakala na kayo. Ano sa kayo? Oras ako.
Civil engineering, graduating, committee, internal committee, and then in a relationship.
Bets.
Bakit? Bakit?
Masaya.
Destiny.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Jamie. Fourth year
It's the link to Facebook.
community department. Single kasi na ako magagawa.
Parang may balita ako sa'yo. Charet! Okay lang ito sa akin. Okay. So, okay na.
Yep. Ito na lang. Jesus, si Guy na lang.
Si Jesus.
Ano siya labas ako na naman?
Si Jesus Christ. Oh, grabe.
Yeah. Okay. So, sige. Okay, so welcome sa General Assembly. So first things first, yung mga house rules lang. A, wag magkalat, pero okay lang yun. B, yung CR sa corridor, dulo left. So, kasi minsan, tanong eh. So, yun na yun. And then, if you want food or drinks, nandyan lang. May pizza pa ba yan? Tapos na yun. Meron ba? So, if you want, paso-paso na lang later on during the meeting. And then, so we were talking about this in General Assembly. Tapos parang naisip namin, kung nakita niyo sa groups, binago namin yung pangalan. Kasi medyo misleading yung term na General Assembly. Kasi first of all, it's used in two ways. Yung una, it's referred to the body of students na supposedly highest authority, di ba? Pero at the same time, yun din yung term na ginagamit to call, parang yun yung term na ginagamit to call for the event na nag-gather yung students na tawag General Assembly. So medyo weird kasi it's both the event and the body of people. So, kaya, another reason kasi parang we were thinking, parang assemble, masyadong mechanical. Parang nag-assemble lang tayo, pero we want more than that. Hindi lang nagkasama-sama. Dapat may discussion, may decisions made, ganun. So we thought, let's change the name to General Conference. Kasi pag conference, parang mas may interaction or whatever. So yun. So dati tawag natin GA. Okay, yeah, GA. Pero for the sake of EWB, let's call it, GenCon. Okay? So from now on, mapansin niyo sa groups, yung tawag GenCon. Okay, so welcome sa very first GenCon ng EWB ever, and first of this year as well. Most likely, we're gonna have at least 4 per year kasi 2%. Pero may chance na more than that, depende kung ano mangyari sa org. Like right now, actually, pansinin niyo, hindi tayo magka-qualify as a General Assembly kasi we're only 18, or 17 pala, 17. Later on, pag may dumating, 18. Yung total member base natin ngayon is 43. So 50% plus 1 is around 22. Kaya, hindi tayo makagawa ng decisions later on, pero okay lang. Let's just discuss it, and then online na lang yung pag-decision making natin. So let's start sa opening remarks. Sige, I'll introduce na lang yung gagawin ng opening remarks. So basically, 5th year civil engineering siya. Siya yung founder ng EWB. That's me. So I'm Jeremy Ko, 5th year BS Civil Engineering. Yeah. Nung medyo mas bata pa ako. Pati mas pangit yung hairstyle. So currently, I'm the EWB president. And kung ayaw na yun, basahin yung constitution, may impeachment process tayo. Okay, so I'll talk about yung brief history ng EWB sa Diliman. Para lang you understand like what's been happening and ano yung progress so far. It actually started nung November last year. So medyo matagal na siya actually. It's just that na throughout the months, mahirap mag-progress kasi recognition of orgs is only for the first semester. So how did it start nga ba? Around that time, meron akong friend galing sa US na nag-aaral sa University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. If you're civil engineering, yan yung one of the most famous schools for civil engineering. So he came here sa Philippines and sinasabi niya dati na, after Philippines, pupunta daw siyang Africa, parang ganun. No offense naman sa Africa, but then parang medyo weird na magbakasyon sa Africa. Hindi siya normal amongst us. So I asked him, ano meron sa Africa? And sabi niya, gagawa daw siya ng bridge sa isang far-off village. So parang na-interest ako, parang wow, galing mo naman. At the time, he was only third year lang siya. And parang nag-travel na siya all the way to Africa para lang gumawa ng bridge. So ayun, he introduced me to EWB USA. And then sinasabi niya ano yung mga ginagawa nila. Minsan daw, like sa Philippines, meron silang projects. Pero usually Africa pati South America. So I was thinking, parang bakit bawal yun dito? Diba? Third world country tayo, so maraming pwedeng gawin. But then, yung information about, parang the knowledge of engineering, hindi naman siya iba sa atin, iba sa kanila, di ba? So, we can be as good as the American civil engineers. Or actually, engineers in general, kasi maraming possible projects na ginagawa. It's just that yung friend ko, civil engineering. Ayun, so, nabuo yung initial members. Actually, yun lang yung nabuo kasi yun yung mga kaibigan ko dati. Hanggang ngayon, kaibigan ko pa naman. Ayun yung mga kaibigan ko. So, parang nagkataon na sila yung parang nakaconvince ko sumama at naloko ko. Kaya may mga nag-comment din na marami maraming Chinese, kasi Chinese ako. Naturally, marami yung kaibigan na mga Siberian, ganun, na puro Chinese. And then after that, ito yung team na gumawa ng constitution, gumawa ng initial app process, and lahat ng nagawa so far. And then we got yung only advisor natin right now, si Christian Orozco, Sir O. ICE din siya. And one of the reasons why siya yung kinuha namin, kasi heavily involved siya with both environmental engineering. So mga water sanitation, mga ganun. At the same time, experience din siya sa construction management. So helpful talaga siya with the type of projects that we can do. Pero you can't have one advisor lang. So we're trying to look for maybe 1 or 2 more advisors. And actually, we asked for suggestions. And then may siguro mga 3 names na consistently lumalabas. So I'm not sure how we're gonna decide. Kasi kung nag-peer voting tayo, baka kung like pinakamaraming CE, edi mag-vote ng CE kasi kilala din ng Prof. CE. So we're not sure yet how we're gonna filter it out. Pero siguro most likely online yun. And then we'll try to create profiles na siguro of who the prof is, and then the experiences, ganun, so that you can vote. Even sa OSA, 1 is enough actually. 1 advisor is enough, but then they say na kung nag-abroad siya, edi yun na tayo magagawa. Or kung busy siya, stuck na tayo. Okay, so right now, we have 43 members. Initially, actually 44 members, and then may isang hindi natuloy. Of the 43, we're only 17 right now. So hindi siya quorum per se. But then, ayun, actually that's one of the problems we've had. Kasi admittedly, over the summer, medyo malaking lull yung sa summer. Like, marami sa atin naging busy, including me. Like, nag-internship and all of that. Kaya medyo wala nangyari ng summer. So ngayon na nag-start na yung school year, we're trying to start it up again. We're trying to, ito yung first event natin, and then later you'll see na we're gonna have other events throughout the weeks, even during the weekdays. Kahit kung casual lang, hindi masyado meeting type. So expect to see more of the other members. Now our worry is may ibang members na last year interested, and then after 4 months, parang medyo wala nangyari, so ayaw na nila. And actually may mga ganung problems, like even if tinetext, even if chinachat, hindi sila nag-reply, or scene zone lang, or parang gano'n. So, I don't know, we'll try to find a way to fix that na lang. Kasi kung ganun mangyayari, edi we'll never get anything done, diba? Although, to be fair, expected naman siya with most orgs na may chunk na medyo mawawala. And so later we'll actually discuss something to address that, pero medyo drastic. So towards the end na yun, kasi baka magulat kayo. Okay, so mabilis lang mission. Engineers Without Borders, student organization established to support community development programs and partnerships to design and implement sustainable engineering projects while creating transformative experiences in engineering application, project management, and leadership development. So medyo mahaba, but basically the important things are, so what we do, just in case hindi pa alam, I don't know why you signed up, is we support community development programs. So parang sa US din siya, basically we look for communities and then meron silang needs. Pwedeng social, pwedeng physical, pwedeng hazardous scenarios, ganun. And then we try to support them. Pero hindi meaning nun na papasok lang tayo tapos we're just gonna build stuff as alis-alit. So we're trying to do yung ground-up approach na dapat yung community mismo involved sila sa process, sa pag-maintain, pag-build, ganun. So design and implement. Yung design, not necessarily design. May chance din na we're just gonna partner with professional engineers para tulungan tayo. And then, yung last part, transformative experiences in engineering application, project management, and leadership development. So let's not forget na even if service org to, one of our main focuses then is to help the members learn. So, maraming times we get to learn things sa classroom pero hindi natin na-apply. So sana ma-apply natin sa Engineers Without Borders. And then, well, project management and leadership development. Kasi those are the things din na rarely natatest sa classroom. And usually kailangan talaga ng student activities for that to flourish. Vision, basically din siya. Our aim is to meet the basic needs, to help the communities meet their basic needs. Goals. Okay, so some goals for yung school year natin. So just remember this, okay? Sex. Okay? Yun yung way to remember ano yung goals natin for the school year. First, stabilization. Stability, okay. So, importante yung stability kasi nga, we're a new org, marami new members, we don't know each other, iba-iba yung orgs natin dati, iba-iba yung courses natin. So, importante na meron tayong stability. Maraming ways mag-manifest yung stability, and one way is the way how members remain active. So, yun, that's one of the things we have to address, how to keep members active. Next, standardization. So, especially sa mga internals, you're very familiar na we're trying to standardize things. Pero lahat ng departments, I think meron kayong lahat ginawa na list of things na kailangan standardized. And later explain yung internals. Pero basically, we're trying to make sure na even if tapos na yung year na to, next year, meron tayong mga documents, proper documentation, from something as basic as minutes of the meeting to something as complex as project implementation plan. Na basically na yung manual natin kung ano gagawin natin sa buong project. Next, sustainability. So I'm sure marami sa room na to ngayon graduating. Although marami ring bata, which is a good thing. Kasi lalo sa initial members, halos lahat kami graduating. Kaya yung naging isang big problem namin is kung marami na-graduate, how do you continue the org, especially since bago lang siya. So right now, 43 tayo. Estimate ko at least half graduating. So we'll have to address that. Most likely, we're gonna open more, app processes, baka sa second sem. Or, yeah, most likely second sem. And with sustainability, medyo general siya. So you can actually refer that to the projects we're gonna do. Next, success. Very general term. Kasi wala akong maisip na iba. Basically, success sa projects natin. So, ayun, literal na yun. And last, expansion. So, right now we're 43. And okay naman na sustainable tayo, na every year 43 members lang. But then, syempre, we'd want to spread the ideas of the org. And at the same time, we'd want to have more projects. Like, kung 43 tayo, at most, maybe we can do 2 projects at a time. Pero kung nag-expand siya to say 100 or 150 or 200, we can do so many more projects. And an expansion isn't limited to UP alone. Just in case you don't know, yung EWB Diliman is the very first EWB sa buong Philippines. So wala pa tayong established na like national governing body. So we're hoping one day na we can tap LaSalle, UST, FEU, especially the provincial ones. Kasi the ones from Manila, medyo limited kasi yung logistics natin. So it would be good na magkaka-tie-ups between EWB sa city and EWB sa regional areas. Especially since most of the underdeveloped areas sa regional centers, regional areas. Okay, so some clarifications. Kasi binabasa ko yung survey and stuff. Tapos parang maraming iba na not sure exactly kung ano ba yung placing ng Diliman ngayon. Ng Diliman chapter ngayon. So first of all, we're not yet a member of EWB International. So yung EWB International, hindi pa siya governing body. It's actually more like an alliance. Kung saan, parang venue siya kung saan nagsasama-sama yung different chapters ng mundo. But then, eventually, it's gonna become a governing chapter. Kaya aim din natin to be part of it. Mangyayari, they're gonna give out financial support, technical support, mga ganun. So, pero to become a member, first, kailangan meron na tayong projects. And second, kailangan register tayo sa government. So, sa community and engineering, sila yung bahala. Well, later on, when you have projects, dun tayo gagawa ng progress with this. And then with regards to SEC, yun yung ginagawa ng internals. Meron silang team na they're trying to get us registered. Although medyo complicated siya, kasi government. Next clarification. Even though parang pattern tayo after EWB USA, we're not formally affiliated with them. Yung isang board of director ng EWB USA, actually, ka-correspondence ko siya. But then, parang it's more of to tulungan lang, not really formally affiliated. Later, if you kung meron tayong time, I can share ano yung mga napag-usapan namin with EWB USA. Next, we are opting for unified org registration. So, like si Jess, she's not from engineering, she's from BA. Yung aim kasi natin is unified talaga. Na-awkward si Jess. Aim natin is unified talaga yung registration natin. Right now, we only have two non-engineering members. Si Jess and si Clerico na BA din. Si Pia. Sorry. Okay, speech com. Okay, so we're trying to expand more. Initially, actually, we're opting for ENG registration. But the problem is, si Sir G, medyo strict, medyo binash pa niya yung IE Club. Sabi niya kasi na pag engineering, dapat 100% engineering. Bawal daw magka-member na non-engineering. So because of that rule, we're really opting for unified org registration. May chance na magka-problem tayo when it comes to tambayan. So right now, wala tayong tambayan, that's why we're here. And di ba tayo registered, so we can't reserve a venue sa UP yet, that's why we're here. Pero in the future, pag naging registered na tayo sa Unified, baka mahirapan tayo mag-apply ng tambayan. Most likely, mag-end up sa atin tambayan sa Vinzons. But then, I mean, not to be biased, pero karamihan pa rin sa atin engineering. And medyo malayo yung Vinzons, nobody actually goes there. Yung mga tambayan nila doon, lahat empty. So we're gonna have to try to apply for engineering tambayan or somewhere sa gitna para convenient for everyone. Pero we'll see ba, kasi we can't have a tambayan for the first year. So sa mga hindi graduating dyan, kaya bala. Okay, so now let's start with internals. May mga reports lang tayo on what they've done. And then some decision making din kung may mga kailangan. Wait, bago pa na mag-decide. Discussion na lang. Kung meron kayong gustong i-raise na concerns or suggestions or topics, sabihin na lang. The right.
So hello everyone. So this is internals. So basically over the summer, yung ginagawa namin is to standardize the processes in the organization para over the years maging stable yung parang methods natin. So far, oh yeah, before that, we are in charge of the org registration. So please send your webmail, your Form 5, your ID, yes, to me, please, para matapos na natin. There, your UP webmail, blah, 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 at upd.edu.ph, and then your ID and Form 5. Pwedeng cellphone pictures lang, huwag nyo na i-scan, okay lang, kasi hindi rin kaya ng bukluran ng greater than 250 kilobytes. And then please answer the database so that we can put in your your student number, etc., etc. Okay, so first and foremost, ito yung nagawa namin, the minutes of the meeting template, which will be discussed by Alex.
And so, simple lang naman yung project namin for the summer. That's the template for of the minutes of the meeting will be used by the organization. So, yeah. General info lang naman yun dyan. For example, ayun nakikita niyo sa screen, we have the logo of the organization and then title, of course, minutes of the meeting. And then, basic informations that will be put in the minutes would be yung committee, like for example, internals, and then yung date, venue, the time the meeting started and ended, and then yung mga attendees. And then, yeah, self-explanatory lang naman yung core. We have the summary, agenda, discussion, and then that's all. Alright, so yeah, again, ako naman discuss for that. So we have the project budgeting standard operating procedures.
So this will come into play when we have projects na. So this is mostly applicable to engineering or community.
And so, yung SOP natin for project budgeting, this will be done per project team. So, in case na at a particular time, marami na tayong projects na ginagawa. So, this will be done per project. So, the initial action would be yun. You have the project team would have to assign a person that will do the funding. So first, kailangan ng budget proposal. So gagawa kami ng budgeting template for that. So yun ba
Actually,
yun?
parang yun na yun.
Parang ganyan, pero we're still working on it. And then next, yun. So the budget proposal will be submitted to the internals for review. And also, yeah, kasama na of course yung budget proposal itself. So a soft copy will be emailed to the chief of internals, and then magpo-provide din ng hard copy that will be given to the project head, and then yeah, yung budget committee ng finance will be the one responsible for the evaluation of the proposal. And then yeah, 1 week will be given for the evaluation of the proposal, and then kapag na-approve na yung proposal, the project head will be informed, of course, by any member of the budget committee. And then, kung na-approve na yung project itself and then yung budget proposal, then yung project can now proceed. And then, yeah, yung simple guidelines for making the evaluation of the budget. The expenses must be justified, like, is it necessary or is the need for it immediate? And then, kailangan mag-state ng source for funding. So, pwedeng from the org itself, and then pwedeng maghanap ng mga sponsors and stuff. So, note would be, mas maganda kung merong rough plan chart for the whole parang timeline ng project. That's all.
Okay, here to discuss documents gathering is John Paul. Ito yung parang mga possible documents na i-collect ng internals from you guys. Kasi especially since we want to keep a record of everything. So for community, yung mga letters nyo to the communities, partnership contracts, community profiles, initial documentation, a database of all the communities you've contacted, and the minutes of the meeting. For engineering, these are the design files, project implementation plan, minutes of the meetings. These could be possible documents lang, but it's not limited to these only.
Kasi as part of one function of internals is to collect all records of the organization. So if ever you have to have these files, please ano na lang. Kasi parang we wanted it to be organized. Parang kailangan namin, kunyari for example, kunyari may design files, project implementation plan, at saka MOM tayo. Isasama natin siya sa isang database talaga ng mga files natin so that yung next generation, for the next year, may reference sila kung ano mga ginawa natin for this year. So yun.
For externals naman, marketing letters, materials, partnership contracts, MOAs, minutes, and company database. For internals, minutes, constitution, protocols, budget reports, org registration files, SEC files. So ito yung parang process na ginawa namin. So after the event or your project, at most 3 days after, you're supposed to submit to us proper documentation. And then immediately after, submit to internals member for the internals member assigned to your committee. So yun lang naman. It's very simple. And then, yeah, we'll discuss if you're confused pa about kunyari, the project teams, what do those mean? We'll explain that later sa org structure. So here, Jess.
Okay, before I start, I'm just gonna show a short video.
And then immediately after, submit to internals, member for the
Wait lang.
I think you recorded everything. Oh my god, where?
Hanapin ko pa. So,
Okay, before I start, I'm going to show a short video.
what's going on here?
Here, engineers without borders stand by the three pillars of service, innovation, and education.
Wait, walang volume.
That's for the externals department.
Sorry.
That's for the A lot of what you do is part of a personal brand. But do you know what it takes to build a brand for an org? Think of that as the front door for your entire product. Here at Engineers Without Borders, we stand by the three pillars of service, innovation, and education. And when people think or talk about EWB, we want these to come to their minds first. That's where the externals department comes in. Under are the publicity and marketing arms. Publicity makes sure EWB gets its name out there in media like mobile, internet, posters, and newspapers. And if you're a member in need of promotional materials, we'd love to hear your ideas. Tell us what you have in mind and we'll handle the rest. Now the marketing division connects EWB to potential partners and sponsors. Our goal is to convey EWB's mission of helping communities and for it to be remembered in a positive light. In short, Externals aims to get people to talk about EWB, support the cause by upholding our brand of service, innovation, and education. Got questions? Just ask any member of the team, and your service extends. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that inside look at my study desk. But that's an example of what I want to bring out for externals. You don't see a lot of stop motion videos, I would assume. Like, yeah, but that's what I want to bring out. I want to bring out something unconventional in the way that we promote our brand, how we promote Engineers Without Borders. And I want you to know also that just you're a student in UPD doesn't mean you can go around and say, oh, okay, I can just like do whatever. You actually carry all the names of the orgs you're in, like your engineering orgs, your unified ones. So right now you're carrying EWB. When people look at you, they're actually going to see the org, and that's going to influence how they perceive it. So of course, the better you present yourself, the better for our org.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, it's always okay to be fun. It's good to be fun. Now for the way that I'm going to talk about publicity first, because that's our bigger team here. We have 5 people in publicity and 3 in marketing. For publicity, usually what do you think when you're attending this org's event, their project? Like, what makes you want to go? Is it food, something to put in your resume? Like, whatever it is, it's always, you know, what's in it for me, right? Yeah, and usually orgs would go to your classroom and say, hi, I'm like this, and look at our org's event, attend on this date, and we're going to show you blah, blah, blah. Now what I'm going to do is, what I want for our promotions to do, is to give people something first. Give them something first through promotions, not just poster, not just an announcement, but give them something that they would actually like. I'm not quite sure what engineering students really prioritize right now, but when we find that, then of course that's what we're going to give to them. Like even if it's something unrelated to EWB, like study aids, people will remember what your org did for them. You know, our main stakeholders are communities. They're our main, they're the ones who stand to benefit the most from us. But in order to get ourselves known all throughout UPD, we need to make sure that we give them something also, to the students, to the profs, to the whole community. And now, for marketing, this is where we promote to companies, to engineering, financial, or to NGOs. For this one, if you have ever been in a marketing department, you know that sometimes you would send canned responses, right? Like canned emails where you would highlight in yellow, like, change this name. And then when you send it, you say, oh, I forgot to change it. But that's not what we're going to do here. Here we want to make sure that companies also know that we're paying attention to their goals and aligning them with ours. So we make sure that what they embody is also written in our letters, in the way we talk to them on the phone or personally. We want them to know that we're present, and we also want to show them that we're more present than other orgs. And so right now we're not exactly looking for financial sponsors since we haven't started yet. We're looking more for engineering partners and NGOs so that they will share their knowledge and expertise with us. So that's it for externals. Thank you.
So actually one of the reasons why, one of the reasons why we changed the name of the General Assembly, okay, is, ayun eh, parang, in a way it's sort of branding. Kasi one of the problems we had when we were starting up the org was, like when we were making the constitution, the structure, and all that, parang medyo iba kasi yung org compared to the other orgs we're used to. We're not, we're not a something society. We're not an academic org. We're not a cultural org. We're not an org made of people from this province. Parang talagang we're different. We're very project-based, and it's very service-oriented. So, siguro, while we're working on the initial steps in making this org, we have to understand din na, different yung org natin. So we have to try to think in different ways. Later, there will be more examples of how we can do that. So, try to think na lang of how EWB can stand out from the others. Kasi, if we don't stand out, we don't have a niche. We have a niche in the sense that we're a service org, but we don't have a niche in the sense that lahat ng Kamampangan dito, lahat ng Trains Filipino dito, lahat ng Kemeng dito. So we don't have a particular niche, but then our niche is service with a broader market. Our market's basically everyone. So you have to stand out from everybody else and let them see na what we do is really unique, and what we do is something that will benefit them and benefit society. Also, like what Jess said, let's not forget, parang we're very community-oriented, diba? But let's not forget the UP community, since that's where we're based to begin with. So, so next, let's have engineering. Christy will talk about engineering.
So yeah, for the engineering department, kami yung nag-handle, mag-design, mag-construct ng project. So mainly kami yung mag-handle ng mga ganun. So yung bulk talaga ng trabaho namin ay magsisimula once we get the project. So ang ginawa lang namin during vacation ay nag-prepare for that. So naghanap kami ng mga directory, different companies na pwedeng makatulong namin. Either provide